Firewood bundler here. And views on the YouTube short that I made of this bundler. Back when I had the previous setup on it. Currently I modified it. Listened to a bunch of comments that you guys left. Because I had over 100 comments on that video. Took a bunch of them into consideration, and this is version 2.0. So let me know what you guys think. We'll fill this tray up with wood. We wrap our first piece. We just go down and around. We use our thumb to increase the tension on the wrap. 3 wraps on one side. We move the carriage down to the other side. We do another 3 wraps. We pull and rip. Put the carriage down. Lift our bundle out. We got a perfect bundle of firewood every single time. No wood coming out. This is one solid piece now. This is how I like my bundles, nice and square, nice and tight. Ashwood, that's what you campers. One of the reasons it's split smaller. Snow campers that seasonally stay at places aren't really the best for lighting fires. You don't really know how to use kindling and dry material to get it going. I try to include smaller material in my bundles, as well as a little bit of wood for kindling for them to use as well. Small pieces like this are perfect for them to get a fire going without any issue. Of course, we also threw a couple big pieces in there as well. We're going to have a nice even mix of wood. Take our arm, bring it around top. Wrap our first piece, go down. Grab our thumb, put it on the wrap. Slow it down, give it some tension and a little resistance. Give a good 3 or 4 wraps on one side, bring it all the way down. Don't mind the plastic hanging off the end, that's just what I'm using as friction. Keep it tight. This is completely made out of homemade stuff. This isn't nothing. This is DIY at its finest. We'll come up with a different method on tensioning that, but for now, a little friction between the inside of this roll and this towel / piece of firewood is awesome. And the wood comes out nice and tight, ready to rock. Just roll the wood in. Bark out. Roll it on up. We're going to put a motor on this at some point, but for now, this works way better than the previous version. Pull and rip. I made it. So we'll change to buy them. $2,000 roughly. For something that just bundles fiber. A little too much tension, what's that for now? Yes, I'm wearing Crocs, I know this. This is just a hobby. I don't like sawdust and pits and all that gunk in my boots. If you watched the last video where I was cutting down trees, I explained that's the reason why I wear Crocs sometimes when I cut wood. It's not like sawdust down my boot. It's not a fun time. Perfect bundle every time. Dragging these puppies out. There you go. Done. Easy.
To show you what we got. This is going 2 outs wide, and we're on our second stack high of wood. That's all bundled over there. This is all waiting to be bundled. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments. This is just backwoods homemade firewood bundling.
Something anyone can make in the garage. Nothing fancy. A little bit of grease and checking some tolerances went a long way with this thing. Now this thing operates nice and smooth. Powering through this pile. Got some splitting to do later, so we gotta get this wood bundled up so we can move on to the next project. For the firewood business, you always kind of have to stay in every step of the process. Here comes the firewood. You gotta be cutting trees down. You gotta have already had trees cut down. You gotta have wood that's already cut, that's split. You can have a consistent flow of wood. You have trees in the back that are down, that are bucked up, they just have to get taken out of the woods, just gotta let them dry out a little bit more. We got wood, as you see, that's already stacked and bundled. We got wood that's just stacked that needs to be bundled behind us. We're gonna take care of that today. And then we got some big rounds over here that are over 12 to 14 inches in diameter, plus that need to be split down. We'll get to that as well. So right now we're just trying to power on through this pile and get the rest of this taken care of. Get the camera set up a little better for you guys. I'll get the pieces of wood together, get all the pitch and random little pieces of sawdust and stuff off of them. That way if people put these bundles in the car, they're not getting the inside of their vehicle all dirty. A little tap goes a long way. It's not going to get all of it off. It's not going to prevent pieces from falling off, but it's going to make it better than if you did nothing. So, doing something is better than doing nothing. Remember that. Give her a little wrap of Tooskies. Good to go. See my competition, I want to see them do this. Where no wood falls out because it's wrapped so tight. See it. I don't know if they'd be able to do that. People just use like twine and sticks are falling out of the bundle as you pick it up. You gotta set yourself apart from the competition and always strive to be better and improve. Don't be afraid to change and improve. Something doesn't work the best the first time you make it, modify it or making it again. Make it again. Probably notice something that you overlooked. It's something simple that can be added and make a tremendous difference. So, you never know. We're almost to the end of our ash pile and then the start of our silver maple pile. We're going to have to take a moisture meter and test the percentage of the moisture content in the firewood before we bundle it. That wood was way more wet than the other stuff. The ash is primarily dry, dead standing. The silver maple was a standing living tree that got taken down probably 3 months ago. So the faster you can get wood split, the faster the drying clock starts. Your drying clock on firewood doesn't start until you're already at the split process. People say, oh, you can buck them into rounds and they'll dry. Yeah, they'll dry, but not nearly as fast as you break them open and increase the surface area on the piece of wood. Wood will dry a lot faster if it has a lot more area to get the moisture out of. That makes sense. And keeping wood off the ground is the best thing you can do for firewood. You don't want to have a problem starting your fire. Don't keep your wood dry and off the ground. If you've got it in the mud and in the dirt, trying to just wipe it off and light it, probably not going to have too much luck. I keep my wood off the ground about almost 2 feet, if not more. When it's up and elevated, you'd be surprised how much morning dew is on the kind of ground in the morning. You really would. I left my saw out for a night one time, and next morning there were slugs crawling all over it, and it was all just totally damp and moist. And it didn't even rain that night. It was just from the dew. So, keeping wood dry is the the best thing you can do. Keep it nice and tight too. Machine slash creation slash firewood bundler that I made has definitely ramped up production. I'm able to process a lot more wood a lot faster when it comes to bundles. Also realize you're going to have some sort of quality control too. Like a little piece of wood with a little bit of rot on it's fine. But you don't want to be giving rotty wood to customers. They're not really going to come back. You want to be able to maintain your customer base and have a good rapport with your clientele. You want people to come back every year, come back to you, and to you exclusively. Currently we have, I think, 3 or 4 customers that are seasonal campers, and I've only been doing the bundles for about a year and a half, 2 years now. Well, we got 2 or 3 seasonal campers that come in every year. When they come into town, they buy at least a good 100 and 150 bucks worth of wood off of me for the time that they're in town. And I've even had campers stay for a week, buy 60 bucks worth of wood off me, and then 2 days later message me again and say, hey, I need more of that. It was really good. We loved it. Can you drop us off another, 60 bucks or 100 bucks worth of wood? And I say, absolutely, no problem. Return customers are going to be your best customers. They'll keep them happy. They'll keep you happy. They'll keep your pockets full. You keep their wood nice and dry. The campfire experience is nice. They'll take care of you. Same thing goes with tips. I don't really expect tips when it comes to delivering firewood and firewood bundles. I have gotten a couple tips just delivering bundles to residences that I've paid for delivery. So that's always nice. Doesn't happen all the time, but you do get the nice ones that are really cool. That will actually even help you carry the wood and stack it. Some just stand there and expect you to do all of it. Even though you delivered it, you got to stack it for them and put it on a pallet for them or tarp it or all this other jazz. But again, take care of your customers, we'll take care of you. So a little bit goes a long way when it comes to courteousness and helping them out. If they get a hold of you and say they need it by a certain day, you got to be able to do it by that day. Because if you don't, what do you think's going to happen? You're going somewhere else. That's right. You're not going to stick around and just hope that you get a hold of them so they can have their fire. Like, they're going to have their fire regardless. If they have to go to your competitor to get the wood, well, that's what they'll do. And yes, I've had people do that, but it is what it is. As long as you can have a good relation with your customers, you're good to go. And as far as the customer side of it goes, as far as selling it at the stands, there is really no customer interaction. They just buy it from the stands and cash out with the cashier inside the store. Or at my roadside stand, they cash out themselves with the honor system, more or less. Whatever they take, they put the money in the box. If they do, they do. If not, there's not much I can do about it. I'm not always at that stand. It's at a different location that I reside at. But we do have cameras up, and we do have dogs over there, so kind of hopefully that deters the bad apples. But we always get bad apples. Actually had our firewood stand robbed / broken into. Some lovely person took a hammer into the cash box earlier this year and broke the whole box open, took whatever money was in there and just left it. They probably only got 15, 20 bucks, but really kind of put a damper on things and really made me discouraged as far as trusting people and trying to run a small business Offer kind of the honor system in the old-fashioned way of, take what you need, put the money in the box kind of thing. Had a lot of people comment that live in Chicago and rougher neighborhoods and say, oh, that would never work in my neighborhood. The whole stand would be gone. That's insane. Like I get that, but also it should never be like that. People shouldn't be stealing whole firewood stands because they're trying to, get some money. I mean, I get if you got to feed your family, go get a job. If you can't, go get public assistance if you have to, I guess. But don't just be a bum, No one likes a thief, especially when I'm out here trying to feed my family, and they're out here just trying to feed their fentanyl addiction. And that's usually what it is. People stealing $10 to go catch the magic dragon. The South Park thing. Catch the magic dragon. Good old H-Hero. That South Park was so funny. Come on, catch me. You can catch me. Come on. You just run around shooting simulated H into your arm. Oh, what a classic. Yeah, people are scuzzy. People are scuzzy. Well, we check the cash box on every other day basis. We don't put so much wood out where everyone's just going to steal it all and not putting the cash in there. We do it in intervals. And once we're down to the end of this wrap here, we're going to call it. Take a break, get some H2O, get some lunch. Haven't eaten lunch or breakfast yet. Kind of working on this. Who else, when they work, doesn't think about food or anything else? They just want to get the work done. That's how I am. I look at the clock and it's like 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, oh, I haven't eaten breakfast, lunch, or dinner yet. Probably should do one of those. But you guys know how it goes. When you get into the groove, you get into the groove. So what we got done so far, that's my kid's paint stand. Let me know if you guys like the paint stand. Throw it down in the comments. He worked really hard on that. He's going to sell his paintings to the side of the road, just like Ed sells his firewood at the side of the road. Up. Throw a few big pieces, throw a few small pieces in there for easier fire starting. And we're good to go. Nice and tight, nice and uniform. Like this, bring it around the top. Wrap our first piece. Go down and around. Apply a little tension on the roll here. That tightens up the wrap. With our hand we do that. Less wraps if we have more tension. Grip it, put it aside, lift it up. And begin the next row. We're on row number 3. We're 3 bundles high and 2 pallets wide. down there. We do have one more roll of wrap. But been doing this for a couple hours now. Ready to take a break. We don't just bundle in one day. We split, cut trees down, we log them out. We do a lot in one day. It's not just bundling wood. I had a lot of people in the comments, oh, you're awfully out of breath for just using the firewood bundling. Well, ever wonder how the firewood got here? Me. All me. Ain't got no tractor, ain't got no big skidder, ain't got no helpers, ain't got no employees. This is just a one-man army operation, whatever you want to call it. It's all me, baby. There's no one else. Start to finish. It's all me. If I had helpers, yeah, maybe I wouldn't be out of breath as much, but you know, when you're constantly pretty much getting to work out and running around, chopping trees down, dragging whole logs out of the woods, and doing activities like that, it might get a little winded. Of course, everyone likes to talk online, you know, oh, I wouldn't be out of breath. You know, I'd be able to do this, I'd be able to do that. Okay, that's what everyone says. Huh? Well, that's the end of this wrap and roll. That's the end of this wrap for the video. Appreciate you guys watching. Nice tight bundles. You guys know what it is. I'm the MacGyver of the Firewood universe. Appreciate you guys watching. Every 291 of you. All the 3 of you that gave the 3 thumbs up. Appreciate you, every one of you guys. I'm gonna take you off the camera, off the tripod real quick, give you a quick little tour of what we got done. All ready to go. This is all just from today, what we've been working on, what I've been working on. I say we because it's all of us together, the YouTube community as well. And this is what we got done about a week and a half ago. This is all pretty much ready to rock, ready to be sold, ready to be burned. We are located in Western New York, a little town called Forceville. Area code's 14062. We live in the country. Got a beautiful horse farm across the street. Got about 6 acres of land. This is our firewood operation. These are all the big rounds that are ready to be split. Once everything's split here, it gets brought down in the center and it gets stacked up here. That's why we're working on getting all this taken care of and bundled. That way we have this room for more wood. Let's see here. I'll show you guys these rounds. These are just we're gonna split up next here. Some big old ash rounds. You can see they're already starting the drying process. And we got some nice cracks and fissures in them. We'll go ahead and get this split up. This is what we use. We use small equipment. We don't have big tractors. Currently right here, currently we're on Eastern Standard Time. It is 1:50 p.m. here currently. This is the wagon we use. It's rated for about 1,200 pounds. Has dual axles. We also have a lawnmower that we've modified with a winch on the back to pretty much make a skidder out of it. So I drive this in the woods and then pull whole logs out of the woods with this. I anchor this to the front of a tree. That way it cannot be moved. And pretty much I'm able to pull the capacity of the winch, which is around 3,500 pounds. And that's all on a quick disconnect. I can disconnect that if I need to. And I'm also able to tow a trailer with that. I have a ball on it as well. This one's pretty much just set up for hauling wood. That's what this one's made for. I'll take you guys down our trail here, our logging operation. Well, hello there from California. Hello from New York. We don't get very many sunny, nice days out here, but
This is one of them. This is our logging trail that I made. This was not here when I got to this property. This was all cut and is maintained by me. We got a nice little clear area back here. A little bit of wood storage. We're going to be using these pieces to build another firewood processor for my uncle. Got a bunch of big 2x6s and bigger pieces. This is my firewood processor in the middle of the woods that we have back here. Just stand on this pallet here and we chop all the wood. The wood goes down and touches this bump stop here. So you just take the log, you slide it all the way down here. It touches the end of this. Take your chainsaw and you chop right here, and the wood falls straight down, and we put a wagon directly under here, so everything falls right in the wagon. We don't have to pick anything up after it's cut. We're not picking wood up 5-6 times off the ground like some people do. It's not a smart way to do it. All the wood's elevated up off the ground on this processor, stays drying away from the water and the ground moisture. It's the height of a pallet, so it's good 3 feet, almost 3.5 feet off the ground, I'd say. I can put whole logs up on here. I don't have a tractor with forks or nothing like that, so we're doing all this by hand. We pull everything out of the woods, drag it out with the winch. We put them up on this processing center here, and then we buck everything to 16 inches to spec. Everything gets put in the wagon and it's brought up there, and then we split the rest of it. Probably pretty much turn 3 or 4 step processes into almost like 2 to 3. So we cut into logs, or I call firewood poles, that are probably 6 to 12 feet in length, depending on how big they are in diameter. Also too big, we'll kind of start breaking through some of the top boards, as you can see. So we're gonna have to reinforce the decking a little bit. But that eliminates bending down and messing up your back. Steve H, if you go on Amazon, if you comment on the video, one of my other videos, and ask about it, the question you just asked about the hitch on the Husqvarna, I'd be happy to recommend one. I got one off of Amazon. It's amazing. It's adjustable and it works really good. Yeah, I used to live in the middle of the city where there was rampant people using substances and stealing and all kinds of stuff like that. Now I thankfully live out in the beautiful country. It's very peaceful out here. Very quiet, quaint. You can do what you want. Nice neighbors. Can't complain. This is the rest of the wood that we got to get out of here. This is all wood that's been bucked up. We just got to get it out of here. We got to open this trail up some more. We're probably going to take some shovels or something like that and kind of make an even trail, level it all out. That way we don't get stuck in here, because there's a lot of pieces of wood that are still buried in the ground that are decaying that I don't really want to try to cut out, because I'm pretty much going to sacrifice the chain by doing that. These are all of our cutoff piles, as you can see, and where all the sawdust goes. And then I'll take you guys down the rest of my other trail and back up the other side so you can see my other bucking station that we made on the other side of the farm. This is a birch tree that had to come down. We just got to zip that up. I made a little Y here. You can go left or you can go right in the trail. It's smoother to go this way. It's a burn pile from a little burn pit we had. I also have a Y here. You can go that way, which goes right to the firewood ramp. So if you want to go up there with a load of wood, you can drive right by the ramp and you're pretty much right near it. Or you go this way and you come out the other direction. We'll go up this way so you can pretty much see once I get a load of firewood. Go up here. And we just drive straight up. And we're back at the firewood center, where we can just lift the logs right out of the wagon directly onto this ramp here and leave them up there for a little bit to dry. Let some of the moisture leave the wood, and then we'll get them ready to split and split them up, stack them, then bundle them. That's pretty much how it goes. So that's pretty much every process of it, every step. The bundler that we completely pretty much redesigned and redid. Thing works amazing. So we're gonna go take a break. We're gonna get some food, get some drinks. Really need a bunch of water right now. Haven't really been drinking too much. Need to stay hydrated. Thank you everyone for the comments. I really appreciate it. Philip, we're on about, I think, 4 or 5 acres, somewhere around there. I don't have to ask my girlfriend. I can't remember those numbers, but yeah. Hope everyone's having a great day, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.